Hi, this is Mabel's Tables, and I'm coming to you today to make the Benson family chicken fry mix. And this is my top homemade chicken fry mix, Benson family recipes. I've been making this for years for my family to season my chicken without making seasoning each time I want it. I have a container that I keep it in, and this is my container, and as you can see, it's empty. So I'm going to start making some more of my chicken fry seasoning because we are plumb out of it. And when I say plumb out, I mean we don't have not one drop. We can't make any fried chicken because we don't have any of the mix made up. And I make the mix up because if my grandkids come or my children, they can just go in. They know we make this mix, know that mommy makes this mix. And so I go in and make the mix and keep it so anyone that's coming into the home can look in my cupboard or my pantry. I call it a cupboard because I'm still an old lady, but still, this is what, and I sift my flour again. I'm going to sift it to make sure that the flour is very thin and pretty. And sometimes I will use cake flour. It depends on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. It just depends. Well, today I'm just going to be using regular flour. And my flour of choice is self-rising. I'm using 1 cup. You can use plain flour. Doesn't matter. 2 full cups. 3 full cups. And this is white lily. 4 full cups. And 5 full cups of flour. And I'm going to make a well in there like this. Just make a little well in there. Because with this one, I'm going to put the seasoning down in that well. And I'm going to show you what I'm using in that well. 5 cups of flour, plain or self-rising, your choice. I use white lily self-rising because I love white lily. This is just my little cup I use in my chicken fry mix to dip it out with to coat my chicken. So let's get started. What I use in here is my chicken flavored bouillon from Goya. I always use this in here. So I'm going to use 2 packages with my 5 cups of flour. I'm going to put it right there in the middle. 1 and 2. Okay, and I'm going to take my garlic powder. This is garlic powder. Let me move this back and push this back so you can see really well. Garlic powder, okay? And with my garlic powder, I'm going to use 1 tablespoon. This is my chicken. 1 tablespoon and 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And you might say, oh, that's a lot. But you got to remember, I got 5 cups of flour in here. I'm going to use a whole tablespoon of paprika. And I get my paprika from Walmart. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon and a half of paprika. And I'm going to use Soul seasoning. I'm going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of Soul seasoning. And I know you've seen this in the store, soul food seasoning. Just a 1/2 teaspoon because I have a lot of more stuff to go in here. And I'm going to use my garlic and herb because I really like that in my chicken as well. You will find that this garlic and herb makes your chicken taste Oh my word, it is so good. So I put a tablespoon of that in there. And I'm going to do different this time. I'm going to put a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Instead of black pepper, I'm using cayenne pepper because that cayenne redness is going to make the chicken look pretty when it's coated as well. Okay? And now I'm going to sift this all through, and I'll be right back. I forgot to add to let you know that I use 2 packages of the Saison Goya in this as well. I'm going to pour this in, and then I will start sifting. 2 packages. It will give the chicken a good flavor. Oh my word. I got all my seasonings mixed in here, and it is looking pretty good. So, and I'm going to put it in my container and seal it up so it'll last. It usually lasts for a while. I usually make more than this, so let me take a little taste. And I just love the way it tastes. Now, my last thing I'm going to put in is a tablespoon of Morton seasoned salt. I love this stuff, y'all. It's not too salty, and it has just the right amount of spices in it. That's 1 tablespoon going in there at the end. I always taste it to make sure, so I won't over season it because I do not like a whole lot of salty food. So I don't want to over season it. I'm going to stir this in. There you go. And I'm going to taste it one more time. Good flour. So I'm going to keep stirring it till I get it all mixed up. And when I come back, I'll show you in the container. Okay, this is what it looks like. The Benson family homemade chicken fry mix. And this is what it looks like. Oh, and I forgot to tell you that I added in a tablespoon of onion powder in it and 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Okay, onion powder and black pepper was added in here as well. So this is your seasoning mix. You don't have to do anything but get your chicken out, wash it real good again. I always wash my chicken before I put it up to freeze, but when I take it out to cook, I wash it again and see if any blemishes are on it before I coat it. Well, thank you so very much for looking at my chicken seasoning mix, and I hope that your day is doing good, and I thank you so very much for coming back to my channel and watching everything that I'm doing. You don't know how that makes me feel. God bless you. Don't forget to pray for someone else besides yourself, and always remember that this is God's world. No matter what happened, this world belongs to God, and so do you. Mabel's Table saying, adieu.